Alright, welcome back to some more Satisfactory, everyone. So today we will be working on project parts and most likely research and most likely also a bit of revamping. So without further ado, let's get to it. So last time we do not have access to drone ports. I looked up in the meanwhile. Hold on a minute, I forgot something. Yoink. That should be better in a moment. Yep, there we go. We're all good now. So basically, I found out how drone ports work, and we basically need batteries to really do anything. We are not at the point yet where we can set up battery power that easy. Yeah, excuse me. So we'll need to find a good way to get our aluminum products down here. And we're also gonna have a look at what other parts we need to make in order to be able to make our rocket parts, or rather the project parts. And let's also have a quick look in at the rest of the stuff we need. Or rather, what else we can do? Oh, we still have a hard drive. Alright, that's first. Deuterium. Don't really need this. Don't really need this either. 27. Yeah, that doesn't beat 100 though. And another recipe for computers. This time with Herbacterium wire and circuit boards. So instead of plastic, we use Deuterium wire, and it's a little bit more effective. Alright. Let's check. I don't have any other hard drives, right? Yeah. So let's see what we have. We have alien technology, which is, this is probably the most interesting one, although I don't know how good it is, so. But let's keep it in the back of our mind, shall we? I don't know how good this is either, but I'm hoping it's pretty good, since this is pretty costly to research. This we can research quite easily. We should also really set up AI limiters. At the very least produce them. These ones we can make quite easily, I think. And maybe we'll... this is time crystal stuff we cannot make yet. We can get a nuke on this. I kind of have an idea of what it would do, but we can do that. Sulfur stuff is not that interesting to me. Well, maybe this stuff. Like getting smokeless powder and then using it for this would be quite interesting. But that would also mean getting one of these first, which we could do, but I'm not that interested. So this is honestly the most interesting thing that we have. And it does require a summer loop, so it's pretty costly in terms of cost. So I would say let's not go for that. Right, I also had a tin with metal rods right here. And we also still need to clean up the factory. Rather see which parts we find acceptable and which parts aren't. Like this, if I move it to the side a tiny bit, then it's all good on that front. Right. I I also removed the rotor protection, so this will also run out eventually. So we have like a bunch of things that will run out eventually, if they are being used. I would say, let's see. So, I got the drone ports, which, yeah, we can do some fun stuff with, but I don't think we have the battery production capabilities yet. Even though we do have them unlocked here, yeah. Primarily used for drones and vehicles. Yep. Nuclear power is very interesting to me. I presume this will make like a lot of power. And you know, having like a ton of power is never a bad thing, even though currently, well, technically the max consumption is above here, but realistically we're not gonna hit that anytime soon. That does mean though, we would ideally like to really raise the capacity. So that would be a good thing to have, of course. And we also need it for the project part ship 7. Let's see for this stuff. We primarily need radio control units. I might be able to just get this one out of the way. This we're not making yet. A supercomputer. Alright, so supercomputer definitely needs to be on the to-do list. So we are making all the individual components, that's for sure. Let's go for this one. Like, we might as well go ahead and, if we can, just do any research. Yeah, you are producing these. Yeah, and you just have trays in there, because I didn't want to bother going back and forth with them, or draw a huge conveyor line. Which also would have worked, but I digress. And then we just need some more of those clad aluminium sheets. Yep. Yeah, this is not the prettiest, but like, this works pretty darn well. We're also still not making enough of this stuff, I'm aware of, but it doesn't seem to be that big of an issue right now. Because currently we have quite a lot of these, so it's all going fine. And rubber, I'm guessing we just don't use that much rubber, so you know, that's all fine and dandy. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get advanced aluminium production. I'm not sure if we're gonna need that, but we might as well. Well, we need it for the project parts and all that. But other than that, we will see. Let's first and foremost go ahead and get this thing going though. Yep, yoink.
Milestone reached. The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. Fixit does not process most of your metrics, but I do. A According to Fixit predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency. They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
Yep. That works. So now we have unlocked a bunch of stuff for which I'll have a look at in a minute. Just what else is there to do? Let's see, so magnetic fuel generator, yeah, we need basically all of this stuff. So let's just check this one off as the first one and let's get started on doing supercomputers. The rest of the stuff we plainly have installed, so that's pretty easy. So let's see, what sort of stuff did we get? Is all of the stuff in the research or resource well pressure and extractors. So now we can use these, which I mean sure. 150 megawatts though. Only if we really need to, because they do cost a pretty penny in terms of power. Let's see. Yep. Let's go ahead and have a look at the parts. Alright, so now we have a lot of parts, but let's just go to the research technique. I forgot to look for those dismantle crates, but whatever. Research well, water, crude oil, nitrogen gas, sure. Empty fluid tank, heatsink, fused modular frames. Yeah, so not as worried about this. Let's set up software for supercomputers. That will be the first and foremost thing that I wanted to do currently. Yep. Yeah, radio control units, I'll keep making, I'm not sure why, but we'll just keep making them, I suppose. Just 20 modular frames, we can get those reasonably easy. And then let's see where we will go ahead and place all of our stuff. Right, I'm actually not storing any modular frames. In fact, I'm using them more than I'm getting them. Huh. Maybe I should tackle this first. So you're currently using the screw recipe, which is the most efficient recipe by far, so I want you to keep using the most efficient recipe, but you do have a lack of reinforced iron plates. Is this the most efficient way to make them that I know of? Yes, it is. This is making more than 18 minutes, right? Yeah, for sure. So, according to that, we can just crank you up a bunch. Yoink. Let's crank you up to 14 a minute. Now, that's still less than you require currently. So let's just do 9.5 a minute so you can be continuously operational. In fact, I should make sure the screws are straight provided at that speed. So 9.3, maybe better. Nope. 6. No, come on, where's the sweet spot? 7, 8, 9. That's too much. I really wanted to be at the sweet spot. Yeah, this is about as good as I'm gonna get it, I think. Though I would really like it if I were to find a way to get this into a nice round number. 5, 9. 5, 9 is too much. 8 maybe. Let's just do it with 9.29. Yeah, let's just say 9.2. So this way, this should be a little bit better. Yep. You need 87. You're at a Mark 1, but you don't really need that much. You're Mark 3, so you're fine. Yep. Let's actually use some of this iron. Yeah, Mark 3, not the best, but like you're good enough. As long as it can transport all of it, then yeah, we're good. So that should actually start to produce 9.2 a minute. And how much are you requiring? 7.5. So you're basically taking almost the entirety of the stockpile and making them into heavy modular frames, which we do need. So maybe I need to rethink some of the process, especially this part where these belts are going absolutely everywhere. But let's see, so a manufacturer requires 20 of these. We should be able to just yoink some off of here. Like, you can wait for a minute, can't you? Like, yoink. You'll live. In fact, I suspect that one will eventually be backstopped anyway, so it's fine. Alright. Missing cable. Well, that's a much easier requirement. Yoink, yoink, go, go, go. Let's see. What is a logical place for this thing around here? Let's put it around here. I know it's not on foundation, but I'm fine with that. So I want to super computer. So it's gonna require computers, which we store right over here. So yep, and we'll just use the most effective belts that we have. So computers provided. 7.5 a minute. you definitely won't. Let's see, in terms of these things, you're idle because you've run out of all the casings. You know what? Let's put you at idle in general. Then I'm gonna yoink all of the summer sloops in here and turn you back on. So now you're making 7.5 a minute. Which means you should be able to keep up with him. Yes. Let's go ahead and put a storage crate down. And we'll connect it in a minute. So it not only needs that, and I'm gonna deconstruct this part. We'll see if we need this thing later on. For now I'm gonna keep it. You're not making AI limiters, right? You're making circuit boards. Yeah. So yeah, we need to be making AI limiters. We're gonna need about 2.3 a minute, which either recipe will do. We either have Caterium and copper or Caterium and plastic. Plastic, obviously. Caterium though. Caterium wire to be precise. I don't think we currently have that over here. But let's see. We can already put an assembler, like, let's put it here. I think that's a good spot for it. Then we can simply go ahead and get ourselves a neat little splitter action going on here. And that's a merger, that's a splitter. Yeah. You're good by putting you over here. A bit crooked, but it will work. So yeah, we're gonna need the recipe for AI limiter, and we'll be using the alternative. So plastic and 120 quick-wire a minute. Well, time to go to the place where we make quick-wire. We could do another massive belt. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We could also set up like a little string back and forth, I suppose. But I'll see. Oh, wait a minute. We're already using quickfire for something. Oh, that's mighty convenient. Alright, I don't remember. What am I using quickfire for? Yoink, yoink, yoink. Even go all the way up here. How didn't I see that? Oh, I'm already making air limiters. I'm just using them for the crystal oscillator, but the crystal oscillators are only used for the thing I've just turned off. Well, don't know if I need more of them, but I'm certainly already making them, so. Let's see, I could just split it off over here. It's fine over there, belt's too steep, no it's not anymore. Yeah, and I don't really care that it's like really massive, this belt, because I mean, I have the materials for it, so like, why should I be concerned with that? So we got a limit, so next we're gonna need high-speed connectors. Which I'm like 100% certain we're not making them. Well, maybe I should check. Plastic is an easy one, we can knock out real quick. Let's see. Splitter right about here. And just a conveyor belt action. It's gonna happen like this, like this. Yep. So we need high-speed connectors. Caterium, wires, and the high-speed connectors. Alright. Well, we are already making wires over here, although not at a super fast rate, 13 minutes. Which is not super fast, so it might need to be improved a bit. Also, you're made in a manufacturer as well, aren't you? Yep. Manufacturer. Yeah, I don't stuff the materials, I know, but let's see. I can squeeze you. That should be totally possible. You're still producing along, but you still haven't completed everything that you need. Yeah, you haven't yet. But luckily, I can go ahead and snack some of this. I have a summer swoop, take it. It will make sure you produce fast enough. Yeah, let's put it like over here. Yeah, over here seems good. I see a sweet spot. We'll see if this mold ends up being that useful, but yeah, we will see. So yeah, I definitely want this recipe. So then, the maintenance you need quick wire, and you need a lot of it. Okay, well. We're already transporting quick wire all the way over here, so we're gonna split it off from here. It's very possible that we need a lot more quick wire than it's being produced, but we will see. Also, hold on a minute. We have a bunch of stuff we can research, right? So AI limiters, those things. I don't care about this, but we can do this. So we should keep that very much in mind. Need about 100 of you. Let's just get like a bunch. Or rather, let's take it straight from the source. So currently you are just already using 120 minutes. We're gonna need to expand that quick facility sooner rather than later, I think. But for now, I do like new toys. Yep, 100 of you should be good. You need about 100 as well. So circuit boards. We are literally making them right here. So let's go with the splitter action. And that actually works out pretty neatly. You need 10 cables a minute. I'm just gonna tap from this one over here. I've used this as my personal storage since forever, but this works. And we just need quick wire. Yeah, this is gonna be spaghetti again, isn't it? Oh well. Seems like I'm not good at avoiding this mess. I will at the very least use an elevator. If that makes it any better. I don't know if it does honestly, but and then I'm sure the game will figure out, yep, a way to make it happen. And then you only need to be connected up to here. That's easy enough to avoid, so let's avoid that. You I don't want connected here. Wired. We'll just do it like this. Also, yeah, I'm aware that I have better tier of power lines, but I don't care too much about that, so let's see. That's damaging, so that's not ideal. So this makes 3.75 a minute. Your computers are good. Your high-speed connectors are not, but I'm probably already not producing this much quick-wire to begin with, so I'll just keep it like this. And now for the main question though, how much are you producing? Not that much actually. You are a splitter, right? Well, I'm not sure why that wasn't working. But let's try again, suppose. There you go. I don't know why it was being funky over here, but whatever, that will do. You're out of air limiters. Well, you don't store that much on the belt, so that's understandable. Plastic. Yeah, it looks slow, but it's just goes down from a Mark 4 to a Mark 5, so we're just having a bottleneck with that, of course. But you are now very much making supercomputers, so that's good, even though you're going slow. That's not that much of a concern to me. I will, however, young this summer sloop at the very least. And put it in here, so. Absolutely, yeah. A little bit faster. Remind me that I also have summer sloops in here. I don't anymore. Well, that's fine and all. We're definitely using all of those beams, but yeah, that's fine and dandy. In any case, let's go ahead and deliver everything besides the supercomputers. We'll deliver them later. It is nice to have such a large inventory. 1,000 cables. Yeah. In terms of like the basic materials, I think we did a pretty good job still. Now we're gonna get the frames. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just get 5, just in case. Yeah, we'll keep producing that junk, I guess. Oh, you even need like a tiny bit. Not that much, it's a tiny amount. Alright, Caterium. This we can do, this we should be able to do pretty easily, but let's first of all do this programmable splitter. I hope you're good for that cost.
Programmable splitter unlocked. This upgrade to the Smart Splitter provides additional options to improve conveyor belt logistics.
Ooh, it's an upgrade from the Smart Splitter. Let's see, so it's not... Oh, it is. Well, sure. You need 5 items. Okay, well... Let's see what kind of options they have then. It should be pretty easy for me to snag some AI limiters from over here. Yeah, in fact, let's just wait until it makes some more. I'm confident we are having a shortage of wire. Yeah, I'm gonna yoink 100. So, programmable splitter. So, what can you do? Okay. No, you can really program everything about this thing, don't you? Yep. Alright. So if you really want to, you could like have one really fast belt. Or like transport multiple things and such on one belt and then load them easily all of. Okay. I mean, sure. Let's see, in terms of this, how are you producing? You're producing fine, but you're gonna run out of wire. Currently you're stuck on high-speed conductors. Which sounds about right, given that you're not producing enough. Let's try to get you producing enough. Yeah, so just at 150% distance producing fast enough. The quick wire, I'm not convinced, Chief. Like, you are Mark 5, and you need to be for all of the things you need. However, I'm convinced you're still running just on storage stuff. In fact, let's go ahead and get over there, cause you're gonna run out soon. I feel like. Like, no way you are not just pulling out of storage every single time. Let's see, how much wick wire are we currently producing? Because we need about 400 a minute or so with everything we have running. So. I don't remember how much I set up, but probably not for that much. I'll leave them be. The bees don't really bother me much after all. So yeah, you're only 50. So you're doing 37 a minute currently. You're doing 50 a minute. That ain't gonna cut it, Chief. Not by a long shot. We can go ahead and increase you to 90 minutes. It's really not good enough either. Do I have alternative recipes for this then? I do not. 60 minutes. We're gonna need a whole thing. And you're also currently producing wires, because you are also a really good wire producer. Yeah, because the other recipes for wires are unknown. Okay. That's really good to know, I suppose. So, yeah, we're not producing enough Ethereum wires, well, shot here. Interesting. So let's see. You are doing 37 a minute. You're using 18. You're using 15, 33. Alright, so we're still good on just expanding that. So at the very least we're gonna do the following. Upgrade that producer as much as possible. That's probably not gonna be enough. Let's see. On the other hand though, as long as I get my research done, currently I don't really care if you're that quick. Because I just want to get all of the research done and then I want to set things up. Yep. You're still good, just not very fast on that, which does make sense. You're right, all of these rods. Well, I'm probably gonna need rods, just not this many. Well, let's get over to these wires and just... Alright, I wanted to get more overcompression. I also have an awesome sink here. I still need that. Because we're not using that much of this stuff. Remind me, what do I need you again for? I'm gonna say currently we don't need you at all. So you're going on pause. That also means the AI limiters will start to produce. It will backstop. Yep, so you're going over there to be used, and the next batch, which is arriving very shortly. Yep, you're going into the awesome sink. Which is making stuff. Not very fast, but it is making stuff. And that's so response. Let's see, maybe there's a chance we will be able to do cocoons for sugar. That would be really nice. But I'm not convinced. We can get these out, I suppose. Yeah, let's just put these in there. Customizer. I mean, maybe. More foundation. Stairs would probably be nice from the design aesthetic. Common catwalks, industrial catwalks. Equipment. Oh. You can get the radiation filters. That's nice, I suppose. Parts. Can we get... we can. They will require... You get 15 of them though. Let's see. Well, I do have like... Other than the fact that we have a massive ton of these. 6 for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Especially splitter remains. Let's go ahead and create some DNA. Yeah, because you are used in... Yep, making alien DNA capsules. So let's get crafting away. These things respawn. I wasn't sure at the start of the game, obviously, if these things ever respawn or that you have a limited amount. I'm at this point convinced you don't have a limited amount of that at all. Which also means you don't have a limited amount of biofuel if you really want to. Because these things can make, not directly, but they can produce a solid amount of biomass. So yeah, we're just gonna be delivering a bunch of alien DNA, I suppose, into the awesome thing, and hoping we can get a ticket or two. So with that, you should be able to get supercomputers, although they are also being manufactured currently. So we'll see. We might just run into a case of we have enough of these, and then all of a sudden we already have enough. What do you call them? Supercomputers. Also, given how much resource drainage those give me currently, unless they are necessary, which, spoiler alert, I'm gonna suspect they are necessary later on, I might just shut it off, especially because it's gonna be drawn all the thin wire it can. But yeah, we will see basically. Dun, 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. And hold on, I also want to do these things. Yeah, I know you can automate these things technically, but it doesn't seem worth it for such a rare recipe, honestly. So, here we go. Can I directly input DNA content here? I don't think I can. So, it's the easiest way to do it. Probably to just get a storage tin, which we can put over here. Doesn't matter too much. Let's get ourselves a neat little merger. Ready to put those. Yep. And then, yeah, I'll use a fancy mouse for it. Did I build it the wrong way around? Well, as soon as I build this in the wrong or the right way around. Wrong button. Yeah, we'll just be using a tiny one. No real need to go big in this case. So if I ever want to awesome sync stuff myself, I'm gonna do this. Yoink, yoink. And there we go. We're getting a healthy number of fixed files. Like a real good amount. Are we still processing them? Yep, we are. So that gave me like 23 of them. Now that's a solid amount of coupons. So yeah, we're definitely getting all the supercomputers that we need. So we're just gonna say yoink. Let's clear out this section. We can get some of these. Let's do like a Caterium finish. We can't afford that, so we're losing all of these. Oh, I actually bought 2 sets of 56. You know what? Why not? Yep, nuclear power.
Milestone reached. The nuclear power plant produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fix-It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix-It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces. Project part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
Yep. So that's on its way back as well. Let's see. So we need these, which requires... Alright, this actually doesn't look bad. This we should have. We should also really look into the iron pipe variety, because I think I should have a bunch of stuff. That will allow me to get the turbo motor and this stuff, and then we need a lot of stuff. In fact, because we do have a lot of... Oh jeez, maybe we should just all go ahead and buy it with processing remains. Because like, we have a lot. Let's just do that. That will save me from setting up some automation now. Which I know I'll need to set it up later anyway. But probably one of the main things it does is allow us to see like the kind of stuff we already need a bit in advance. Oh, we can also have a look at nuclear stuff, I suppose. We might want to do that for power. Because I'm gonna assume that stuff's really good. Let's see, jeez, I have a lot of remains to go through. Alright, we also have customizer stuff now. Caterium finish. Let's see, how will it... Alright, that's a bit easy. Huh. It will look slightly different. Let's see. So a nice little shiny finish. I mean, sure. I don't know how the other finishes are gonna look, but that might also be, you know, pretty good. I was doing all of these. And I know this is a lot currently, but we're probably only gonna have this big of a patch at once. So, you know, that's all good. Also, now think about it, I suppose one thing you could do with the programmable splitter is, if you want to get like a lot of alien protein, you could set up where you could just drop it in, it would sort out once automatically towards 4 assemblers, and then sort out another time with a programmable splitter, or just do smart splitters back to back, I suppose. Because both solutions would very much work. And then just we should be able to get everything we need in that regard. Setting up nuclear power today might also be a good idea, although I do want to get project parts. Researching the stuff for the project part seems smart to me. I don't know if we need to buy any more supercomputers. But yeah, we're gonna need to be burning to a ton of wood wire. So definitely you should just expand it over there to like a whole proper factory with foundations and stuff. And maybe try to make it neat. No, that's challenging for me. I've noticed. But that should be a goal. Let's get rid of some rods. Yeah, we should have enough to put it in the rest of the inventory. I suppose one thing also I could do is sink these SAM materials. Because we don't have that much of a purpose for them currently. No, maybe. It's like a ton of stuff to do. Could also once again go for even more hard drives probably. That would also be good. Because you can get some pretty good recipes, although there are also trash recipes in between them. Like a primitive way to get coal, like generally no. Yeah, nuclear power could be good, because then we're also just set on power forever. We will see. If I need to overhaul this entire factory, then honestly, so be it. Like I've already cleaned it up like a tiny bit, not a huge amount. Yep, awesome, syncing all the stuff. So that will be done in a minute. Like it doesn't take that long. And yeah, those quartz tins and even silica goes in here. Why would oh, so if it ever gets backed up. That makes sense, I suppose. But not like it matters that much. And we're actually storing silica again. Okay, then that just means we're not using as much. Okay, probably because all of the aluminum stuff is actually backstuffed. That's probably it. 21 coupons, I mean, sure. That is a good amount. Less than before for the amount, but that makes sense. Already 50 from you, so I don't think we actually need, so I just need to ask for the cubes. More finishes would be nice and such, but I'll go for the parts equipment. Fused. Yeah, I want those.
Thank you for your purchase in the Fix-It Awesome shop, the best store on the planet.
Yep. And probably the only store on the planet. But it's technically correct. I do not actually have enough pipes in here. Okay. How many pipes am I using? This is on idle for quite a while. So the only one that's using pipes are along these lines. Is it the heavy modular frames that are using so many pipes? Yeah, 33 a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and pause you. Same with you, by the way. You don't really store that much, but you're also using it all, so yoink. I'm gonna just yoink all of the summer slopes out of there. So the easiest thing to simple production. Well, I also have you, I suppose, which I'm not doing anything with. Yeah, we are using those things now. Let's see. You're using currently 7. Yeah, but you have more. Oh. Let's switch you. And you know what? I should set up the other. Here, 100. Yeah, you know what? Because you're only using 30 with using 60, so this should be tethered off on this one. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Now you're using 75. Less worried about this stuff. Like, if I need more steel beams, we can get more steel beams. Let's also go ahead and try to get this a bit better. Yeah, this is probably the best way to go. Let's yoink you out of here. Yeah, you should be good. It's good enough for now. Yeah, very ugly. I should try to improve this, but not now. This is already ugly enough. This for production. But let's see. Alright, let's go ahead and deport all of these into here. You're making a stuff, baby. Oh, you're also making steel. Alright, what am I all using? So, you're just for... Alright, you're overkill if I've ever seen it. Yeah, you're barely doing anything with this. We have stuff here that is being used. 45, 45. I can probably get rid of some of you. Yoink, yoink, yoink. We're producing quite a few steel pipes. Like, if we go here and just grab until we have 1,000, we should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Goal, we're still pretty good. Like this end game for Satisfactory, and I'm not all that experienced with it.
The Miner Mark III provides top-of-the-line resource extraction potential, making it even easier to contribute to project assembly. Project part number 8, the thermal propulsion rocket, is the most complex project part of this phase as it requires turbo motors, and thus requires your best.
Alright.
Fix it, didn't think pioneers such as you could get this far. I am glad we have both proven them wrong.
Alright, so apparently that's a very difficult part. Let's just see, what does a thermal propulsion rocket require? Jeez. We're gonna need 5 modular engines apiece. We're gonna need turbo motors, okay. Cooling system. 2 liquids, okay. That's gonna be pricey. Fuse cubes, and you're making like 1 a minute. We need you. Oh, and you're also used in something. Guaranteed you're used in the last phase. Okay. We're definitely gonna need to think a lot bigger than this. Like those two at the end over there, they're not gonna survive at all. But if we can use coupons to get all of the research stuff early, that would be perfect. Now let's go ahead to the Caterium stuff. Also, I definitely need to learn to get better at this. Game like, I feel like I'm slow compared to other games. And I've played plenty of Factorio before, but still. Though, although on Factorio also taking around this long to complete, so... it's fine. So, we're gonna need like 350 stuff of difficult to acquire materials. Let's see, we need about 25 of Caterium wire, and we're probably... we actually have it. But I think we have enough of this where I'm gonna use summer sloops here. Because I think it will be required. So, here we go. 300 quick wire a minute. In the meanwhile, we will be getting enough of what we need. We have more than enough, but that's only a good thing. So, yeah. If the last part it's gonna be this insane, then yeah, we need a factory revamp at the very least. So that's, I suppose. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Alright. Turbo motor. Yeah, turbo motors require a ton of stuff. We do have 14 coupons though, so let's see. You get 50 each. That's cool. We'll definitely be getting that. 100 cooling systems. And then we need fused frames. So we would require 32 coupons in hull. That's a good amount of stuff, basically. Let me first perhaps just organize some stuff. Some stuff is majorly over. But it makes sense to just sacrifice a whole bunch of advanced frames for this. I mean, let's go ahead and sort out the inventory. Just stuff I don't need this much. Let's see, how much does 100 of these get me? If any kind of. It's given center, I suppose. And we do have a lot of them, so these we can get rid of. Some of these, some of these. You know what? Let's see, how much do these contribute? Not a bad amount. Yeah, hold on. I already see why it's being so. There we go. Let's increase the speed a bit, shall we? They will be worth a lot. Huh, they are worth a real good amount. Do I want to give them back a bunch? Considering what I'm getting back for all of this, yeah. You'll just keep producing, right? Actually, I have one source left, so you can go ahead and have that. Yeah. We're gonna also sink a bunch of computers. They are valuable, yeah, which is correct. But we do have them automated, so the only thing that costs us is time. And this will go ahead and save us a bunch of time on this. So we're gonna get all the parts here by coupons. That's one way to do this. Yes, buy all of them. Yeah, we bought all the coupons we're gonna send to fix it. I mean, this works.
Milestone reached. Project part number 9, nuclear pasta, can be created in the particle accelerator. The accelerator has vast and fluctuating power demands, depending on the recipe, so will need careful integration with your factory. Fix-It does not waste, so nuclear waste can be refined by the particle accelerator into plutonium for reuse in the nuclear power plant. Fun fact: Fix-It psychologists suggest factory designs reflect the minds of their creators in unexpected ways. On an unrelated note, your infrastructural choices have been interesting.
I mean, you're not wrong there, but you don't need to call me out. Just plain rude. So it's gonna require an extreme amount of power. Alright. So let's see. Well, first of all, I think we ought to be getting rid of any remaining containers. Just nowhere. Problem is though, there's quite a lot of stuff in them. But let's begin with removing like this very basic one. Yeah, since I'm just gonna be removing them soon-ish, I'm just gonna opt to draw hideous conveyor belts to them. Actually, yes. Very much so, in fact. But seeing as these are very temporarily lined, I'm fine with that. Especially the goal here is to just get rid of them. Yeah, we're using these, but this is just an old backlog thing, and now it's just claiming a bunch of space. I mainly had this when I was using the tier 3, but now tier 4s, or tier 5 is all there is. You, however, I am using for other stuff, so you can stay. Let me also remind myself, am I currently using any of the... Yeah, you're paused. I want you to continue. Because a bunch of heavy frames can be useful. Like, I've noticed this. I'll say this much about it. Having these buffer thingies is certainly useful for materials that you need a buffer of. So for materials that you don't need a buffer of, we should try to not have them currently. Yeah, so currently this is all processing all the steel. Which, like, this will take a minute, but it's emptying up the big one up there. So once that's done, it will go ahead and continue with the pipes. Like, as soon as you are done, you'll be going. And you'll be banging through all materials. Steel production, I need to... Like, basically, I think at this point the entire factory might need one. But let's try to be strategic about it. Yeah, I don't need you. I could, you can just go like this, I suppose. And keep producing that stuff. So these are currently 75, 75, 225 a minute. Since we now have an option for steel pipes to be made that way, we might just do that. We're gonna be needing to calculate like that, I suppose. Also, let me... Is there any way to There's an O button for it. Oh, that's perfect actually. I can't specifically filter out project parts. And that's unfortunate. So let's see. So we need the pressured conversion cube. That's used to make nuclear-based in-the-based accelerator. Alright. So we need 100 of these. They require 200 copper powder each. Alright. We're gonna need a lot of copper. You're making 0.5 a minute. So you're not particularly fast, and you use like a lot of power. Okay, it's good to know. And you're also going to be used in something else later. Alright, we don't have a factory that's nearly efficient enough. That's what you're telling me. Good to know, I suppose. Also, I have an unused grinder set now. Also with programmable splitters. We can just use this station for multiple purposes, but that also means this setup is not nearly sustainable enough. Let's see, you are still unloading everything you are. That takes a minute to unload, even with like the fastest currently available bets. But it shouldn't take much longer. I'm gonna be needing to be refactoring quite a lot about this, I feel like. Yeah, I'm also, let's see. So the steel production so the iron production comes from here and there. You're doing 120 minutes as Mark IIs. Alright, so you're normal nodes, right? Yeah. But we have another normal node we can tap into. You're also... Alright, so you're doing 240 iron a minute. Let's just see how effective we're using it. Yoink, yoink, you're going up here. You require 45. You require 45. You require 45. You require 45. Alright. But you're not using the full potential. So this would be 1980. You can support more. So that's it in. These are like being 100% efficient, but like these can do better. Let's see. To be fair, the game really does allow me to go really high. Like at least high enough to reach that, so Should we just make this factory like way bigger than it currently is? Like, we certainly have the option to do that. We also definitely need nuclear power. Yep, these are just little reskins of items. Alright, nuclear power. First of all, how big are you? You're pretty big. You need 1,000 concrete. Jeez. You know what? We should have everything. You know what? I'm not gonna turn it on, obviously, because that would be really dumb. But let's just see what kind of stuff it's gonna require. It's probably not gonna give me an indication of how much power it's gonna produce. However, I'm gonna assume it will produce a shit of power. You are still unloading, that's frankly impressive. I'm not even producing enough concrete. You know, to be fair, my concrete is probably from Egypt. Yeah, geez, we're not even using like a Mark II right now. Yeah, you're just doing 120 old Mark I belts. Yeah, we should definitely be able to upgrade this. Mark 1 here, Mark 1 over there, and how good are these nodes anyway? Normal. Normal. Okay. So we have like 3 normal nodes, which we can obviously upgrade to be quite a bit better. Also a power sucker over here. I should have explored. Yep. Yoink. Suppose I could go over to there and just grab whatever power slugs over there. You know what, let's just go ahead and quickly do that. I could equip my jetpack, but I think this is not that steep, honestly, so should be able to just run a bit, right? It does need a detonator. Well, is there any particular reason why we need these? Frankly, no, but I mean, why not? Especially if they are relatively easy to generate. But yeah, the next stairs, oh boy, they're gonna be a challenge. I'm thinking, like, we can do like a couple of things, I suppose. And one of the things is try to get even more hard drives, get even more varied recipes, and hopefully in the process get some pretty easy ones. Only blue? Yeah, just blue. Okay, that's not that exciting, but the only thing I could technically pair match, that makes sense. And it's yeah, why not? Having like a lot of those is not a bad thing, so I already see it. There's even mushrooms around here. You consider it a mushroom. Mean sure? Yeah, right, there's like a ton of these around here. Yeah, definitely some over there that I just plainly built up. But yeah. Oh, you're empty now. Good. And you can finally hurry up with your worlds. That means we're gonna go ahead and dismantle this whole thing. Not the power of all, of course. So yeah, these are just the things we need to build. Right, yep. So that cleans up the factory like a tiny bit. You still have quite a few metal rods inside of you, but it will process. So now for all the project parts stuff. Oh right, I wanted to see how big a nuclear power station is. Because we're probably gonna be needing like at least one, possibly more. First of all, look at this thing. This thing is massive. It's as high as the train station. It's probably comparable to the space island. Huh. So we have waste output. You need 240. You're making 2500 power. Okay, I would say that's worth it. Definitely. Your fuel is also probably gonna be just as complicated, but it's fine. More berries, because why not? So, yeah, there's more than a couple of things to improve at the current setup situation. But first, let's just wait until you are done, and then I think we really need to, like, we can try to do like the mix stuff I've done. I don't think it's gonna go that well. Oh, also we have something else that's important. We have this thing, which yeah, you're gonna need to rectify this. But we also need you. 240. So you're even. Hold on. Because you are doubling and then nodes double it. Are they able to extract like... You know what, I have the stuff for not making it yet, but... Hold on. If I make 3 portable miners... Yeah, let's make 3 portable miners. Because I just want to know something. So, yeah, there we go. Portable miners. Easy peasy. And let's see, do we have like a pure node somewhere? I wish we could filter these. Let's say like limestone, for example. You can only do it by category. I mean, sure. I want like a pure one. Pure one we can find over here. Okay, cool. Because I just want to know. Am I like overthinking it, or will it give like over 900 resources a node? Either that or it's for 18 and doubling not too much. It's probably for 18, but I want to know for sure. And I have those nightmare creatures hunting me currently. So you are normal. Yeah, I don't care too much to fight you. So I'm definitely hearing a sphere in this area over here. But I'm suspecting it's either underground or a place that's like not really reachable for me yet. It should be like right over here. Maybe it's up the cliff. That's probably it. I should also get those better explosives and see like what's the difference. I'm assuming it will just be a bigger ratio. Which is relatively, I suppose. Yeah, also our reveal is really getting cramped. Right, pure. So let's see, if we were to put a tier 3 on here, how much would you produce on a pure node? Player is in the way. I might deconstruct it afterwards. 480 a minute. Now that's efficiency, and we can even boost it up even more. So we can literally hit the speed cap and even exceed it. Well, I would say that qualifies as pretty good. Yeah, I just really need to wrap my head around all of this stuff. So let's see, what would make sense to do actually? Well, the thing I still want the most are probably gonna be hard drives, as predictable as it may sound. are almost done, and I'll just take the remainder of those. Yes, and then the only thing is we need to wait until you are done with outputting all of these, which should be fairly quick. 21 coupons. Yeah, considering how simple the materials are to make, that probably makes sense. And I'm curious if I open it. Yeah. So we're not using all of this coal, and we could even upgrade this little guy to like a big tractor. Which we might just want to go ahead and do anyway. But yeah, so we have just learned basically that we still have quite a bit of stuff. The thing is, I don't know how nuclear works, so I feel like I should just dive head into it and see what sort of stuff we're all gonna need. Yeah, currently I need to take more than I wish you could favorite them. Anyway, to like favor these, no. Alright. So, yeah. You know what, I need to look through all of these, because there's a lot going on for that stuff. Project part 6. Yeah, so you are gonna need adaptive, and you'll be able to make part 6. Alright, so part 6 we do currently have set up the stuff to make it. Do we just want to put down a quick assembler and just start working away at that part? Because, I mean, are you still fully... you're the other part? Right, you're the part that requires the heavy modular frames. Which requires stators, which we are still producing engines. So, producing for now. Computers you use, we are definitely... Oh, your boat uses computers. Okay, so probably not at 100% efficiency at all, but basically that should just be possible. Yeah. We should be good on those. I definitely want to yank some summer sloops for you though. Because we are going to need it. That's for sure. Let's see. I don't need that many. I would prefer keep them, seeing as you're gonna have trouble keeping them anyway. Well, I don't have any easy ones available. So, you know what? We'll just start this process without. I know having more summer sloops would be good, and it would also be worthy of another expedition. On the other hand, getting nuclear power up and running also be really good. At the very least, just lay down the belts. And I know I think this way it will at least get going. I should learn how to do something. That's neither here nor there. You're able to make that. Yeah, except you're gonna need more of them here. Let me just get more. Maybe we should set up a transport thingy. Or rather, not a transport thingy, a thing for my personal player. That might just be for this stuff. But yeah, it works for now. Then yoink, 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 yoink. That's one thing I noticed. As long as you're on a belt, the game doesn't really seem to mind. But yeah, that will do, and it will result in a bunch of silica produced, which is fine. Yep. That's all those reminders. Yep. Just fly over here. Yeah, also, looking back at it now, should have placed my elevator quite further away. But that's neither here nor there. So let's see. I mean, it goes straight through itself, but it should work. Production is no longer paused. Go ahead and make sure like the entire factory uses stuff all at once. You don't have any power. Well, we should be able to fix that pretty easily. I just wish I had a summer slot for you, but we will see. Also, you are not producing 1.5 a minute, so yeah, I'm gonna call that good. So that should get liked first. Check part up and then I'm just gonna wait and see that this is all correct. After all, it shouldn't take that long to make like one of these. Although you require like 2 of the complicated stuff. Let's see, 1 a minute you make in 2 minutes, so you should be fine. Circuit boards should be fine, but you're also being used for other stuff. Automatic wiring. This one should be perfect. Yeah. We'll just yoink up the speed to 1.5. If it turns out there's a bottleneck, which I suspect there is, it's fine, because we also still need to do like all of the other components. So like having like one little assembler that's chugging away at it, well, it's good. I'm not sure if I'm where am I using almost summers. That is not absolutely right. I'm gonna say it's very much necessary in the places where I do use it. Yeah, I'm not crafting that so much for this. Let's put away the slugs that I got earlier. No need for those. Yoinky yoink. Let's see, what else is some stuff I can put away? I don't need raw limestone, that's for sure. 3 portable miners means those can stay in my inventory. Why are you not? Oh, you actually don't accept those. We'll just rebuild the pallet. That's the easiest way to just go ahead and fix that. Okay, so you are required to have them in being thingies, otherwise you will just not accept it and you'll come up the works. It's good to know. Alright, you are producing very slowly. Oh wait, there it goes. One of them just went in. Okay. So very slow and inefficient and whatnot. But that's at the very least chugging away at it. Alright, now for the thing that's shaped like an American football ball. Yeah. Sure, I'm gonna call it that. Magnetic field. Alright, so we need versatile frameworks and quite a lot of that, so even need those for their parts. Then electronic control rods. Alright, so the only thing that's really difficult is the versatile framework. Okay, so that we also had said it before. Jeez. I feel like I'm not gonna do much of anything today and just look through the parts list. So let's have a look at nuclear, shall we? Because we definitely need the power generation, and given how much power we're gonna be drawing just to do pretty much of anything, I feel like we are going to also need batteries, like those big ones. So let's see. So we can get. Let's just see what the basic processing step is. So uranium goes into a blender with concrete, which we have good recipes for concrete. So if this requires like a lot, and it doesn't, it's fine. we're gonna need to set up sulfuric acid. And it's gonna give me sulfuric acid back. That will be very interesting to look back on itself. But we can handle that. So we're getting 25 of these a minute. You are used in a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. So encased, used to produce uranium fuels. Alright, so that makes sense. You're not particularly fast with them. Like 150 seconds, so like 2.5 minutes just for one. Alright. You do. Caution produces radioactive uranium waste when consumed. Caution moderately radioactive. Okay. So you would then make these, and then we have nuclear waste to process. So we have 2 recipes for this currently, and it's highly radioactive, and I don't think because I remember something like this. I don't think you could also sing this. Yeah, so we can either use it in a blender with nitric acid. Oh, right, that looks complicated to make. With sulfuric acid, and it will make water, which cool. We can find a use for that, I suppose. And non-fissile uranium. I mean, it cannot be used, however, it can be into fissile. Okay. What can I do with this? With even more uranium waste. Oh, it's uranium waste here. Is that different? I suppose it got renamed, but whatever. So with 100 of these and 25 more of these, alright, so really used to produce encased. And encased with like can be eventually made into plutonium, and this is also used as fuel. Okay, and you require 10 heat sinks, 18, so jeez. Alright, so nuclear power, probably very powerful, also very involved with the setup there. Yeah. Currently, this is cooking my brain a little bit. So, I'm gonna say, I suspect we will need to rebuild a large part of the factory. In fact, it might even be worth it to go out, explore, see if we can get even more hard drives for alternative recipes. Might just be what I'm gonna end up doing. Even though we already have a ton of stuff, let's also quickly have a look in the map. We can get this. I don't know how much it will generate, and then we can see what other node is available from that. Priority power switch. We can probably do this if we want to. Rifle, armor, ammo's not even unlocked yet though, so that's probably in another thing. This we can do. Pulse, catalyst, shatter rebar, sure. Yeah, and here's the rifle. Do we want to get like a rifle? It would probably be good. Yeah, I think I've so. Can we build these modular frames, wires, encased beams? Alright. Those are, I don't have the stuff on hand, but we can produce even faster like them, so. We should be able to create like a massive little place with just batteries. I might just want to go in. There's like more than enough space. That's definitely something that has potential. Let's see, radar towers. I'm only missing computers, and that's all I'm missing. So, if we get enough for like 3 with like 30 computers, which we should be able to do. Also, not like you really need a ton of radar towers. Let's see, how much? I'm out of computers. Nearly out of them. Let's just yoink everything over here. So there's definitely a bottleneck. Jeez. But yeah, let's see. Do we have enough to build like a ton of power poles? Yes, we do. I do have like a crap ton of, well, not a crap ton, but a bunch of tickets. Can I just, because I want to be lazy, just get a bunch of filters? You can also get batteries and stuff from here and like concrete powder, but I feel like we should set up the automation and see how much we need. Equipment, radiation filters. Let's get like 30 of these.
Fix-It does not waste, and all consumable products have been designed with this core value in mind. All consumables have an infinite shelf life and achieve their full purpose when used. They can't be wasted.
Yep. Sure. Let's go ahead and look for even more hard drives. So, inside of this circle, I don't think you can highlight this thing permanently. There's probably a mod that does that. In any case, I think we'll be going for power slugs last. There's an easy one to get. Yep, there's hostiles in the area. Mercer Sphere, sure. Even though that's the one I don't know how to get to. But we will see. Yoink on this thing. Also, let's equip the regular jetpack. Yeah, I still have no idea where that one is even supposed to be. I'm assuming underground somewhere. You know what, actually it's far enough that there's probably some sort of thing. Okay, so we shouldn't try to get that one. Power slugs. Alright, not really in the area it seems. Are we still within this tower's area? We sure are. There's something over here. There's sulfur, but sometimes they decide to hide little sneaky things in these things. And sometimes they're also just plain dead ends. Sulfur is also something we should set up. I feel like would be most effective just to try to get things, especially summer slugs. Alright, considering all of that, that's definitely in the case. There's also pure iron over there. I'm just gonna let myself be hit, I suppose. I'll heal it back anyway. And I won't need to bother with slashing them. Alright, looking over here. Right, so Summer Sloop. It's one thing I'll say about this thing, it's not useful when it comes to actually looking for underground stuff. It would be nice if it just had a little option to see, hey, is this below or like beneath me? Because in this case it's clearly above. Not enough space. Yeah, I can see that. Let's just jump some junk we don't need. I don't need these. What else don't I need? I know I just picked up a bunch of these, but yoink, that's enough of that. Summer Sloop, Mercer Sphere. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and explore like this, I suppose. I do know, like, cave would be, right? Yep, and you. Yeah, these things are pests, basically. And there's usually a ton of them around for whatever reason. That's a power slug. Yeah, we'll just yoink some of them. Also, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming other fuels would be better for the jetpack. Alright, we can just sneak you in like this. This is... it's not outside of my radar range, so... But, yeah, this is, this cave. Which we've been to before. Let's see now about the Mercer Sphere. Maybe it's up. It could also be up. It could also be in some sort of cave, or it could be. Alright, there has to be multiple of these in the area. Only. Yes, Mercer Sphere achieved.
Lift valve consumed.
Yep. David Love consumed. We definitely have one up there. We also have coal here. Normal. Okay, I suppose we are currently using actually the better coal, even though it's a bit further away, so it's actually fine and all. I have so much junk in my inventory. Yeah, basically we just have a lot of stuff. There's pure limestone over here, should I ever need it. This definitely falls outside of the radar tower. I can... Here, all stock creature. I kind of do want to build my radar towers semi-efficiently though. Hold on a sec. Yoink. Let's just float away at a safe distance. Yep, that will do. Yoink, that's another power slug. Summer sloop in this direction. Yeah, summer sloops are, I think, one of the best things in the game so far. Maybe there's something even better, but like, it's really hard to beat spending just energy to create more output on any machine. Even though, don't get me wrong, the energy that it uses above what it would normally be using is very substantial. I would still say it's really, really worth it. Let's find myself a summer sloop. Like, here's the summer sloop. We'll already make this little trip for it. We're getting very close. There it is. Yoink! And then I'm just gonna run over to here, I suppose. Okay, there's definitely an easier way to get there. Yeah, I'm gonna get the visible power slug, because why not? If we reverse these, we shouldn't have to deal with them that much. And the destruction, I don't think they can even do enough damage, but we can take them out, and then we won't worry about anything. The summer sloop, there is a Mercer sphere. Quite a few enemies. I see a purple one up there. Do we need more of these? No, we definitely don't. But I just want to go ahead and collect a bunch of things. Yeah, that will do. We'll get rid of some of these. Yeah, and like, I'm not gonna miss many increments of these, so. Yoink. And now, because I want to try, can we get all the way over to here? Kind of. But it definitely looks climbable if we do it in this way. For me, this is a type of thing where the game is just begging me to go to the top. Yeah, there's definitely gonna be a cave or something like that. We have Gasma, so we can just rush in here. I do need to be careful with my health, like it's not infinite, like it will regenerate infinitely. But that goes up to a point. I'm gonna see if there's anything up here. Yeah. I see. Wow, you hit a Mercer all the way here? Oh, jeez. Food. I mean, now I have really got to get this one. Like, I spent, well, not that much effort, but still, I spent effort getting here, so I'm getting this.
Time for a new melody?
Yes, actually, this might be a strange question, but it could give me invaluable insight. What, according to you, is the shape of our universe?
It is a donut within a void within a donut within a void within a donut within the shallows, which is a ball of string wrapped around itself to contain infinite deep within the inside-out string with windows and doors and a limitless body subdividing to the one resonance.
I should have waited with this question.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, there should still be a hard drive here somewhere. Thing is, I have no idea where another hard drive could potentially even be. I felt like I've searched this area pretty thoroughly, and clearly it's not been thorough enough because there's still plenty of stuff. Let's just go on ahead and look for more power sources. So actually, there it is. Alright, next power slug is in this direction. Like, if I explore this way eventually, we should just find stuff that's not the stuff I want. Mainly I want this famous lost hard drive that's somewhere. I wish the scanner was better. This is not a case of it's underground somewhere. It's just like, cool, except I don't really know where all of the entrances are yet. So, you know, it can be challenging. Going. Yeah. Oh, Mercer's here. Yep, in poison, so we need a bit more effort. Yep. Get in as many of these spheres as we possibly can. We're actually starting to run out of it, but on the other hand, we should still have like one summer group at least. That's blue slug, right? Yeah, it is. Let's join this one. Let's just continue in the direction of power slugs for a bit, I guess. Although it should be noted that we probably have a bit of a situation in terms of us now going outside of the area where we know how much stuff there is. Isn't necessarily also. Given the amount of stuff there is, I'm starting to understand more and more why you would want radio towers. But we do have access to the resources needed to make them. And we are now inside of like new territory, at the very least. So let's put one like here. Like, yeah, they will overlap, which is not ideal. On the other hand, though, I'm not concerned that power usage will mean much of anything. Yeah, let's go ahead and connect you up. So you're saying there's 2 hard drives in the area, 55 power slugs. Alright, there's... you're never running out of power slugs, are you, in this game? 10 Mercer spheres and 2 hard drives. And it's a weak signal. I mean, sure, I suppose it's always a weak signal, so you never know where they are. And we have some sulfur here. Not very good sulfur. Well, there's also a bunch of more map here and here, so. With that being said, I do kind of want to go back in this area and see if I can find... Well, power slugs will just be doing. But mainly let's see if we can get more hard drives. Are you once again underground? Yeah, you gotta be. Oh, wait, there's a little crevice here. You are at the very least purple, so you're also however, these tiny things are really tricky, because the main tricky thing is, alright, so they go down fast, but you don't know how many they are, and they are quick on their feet, like real quick. Also, let's get some mycelium. Why not, honestly? I can't really grab some more. But yeah, sometimes there's little holes in the ground like that. See, never know how many there are. Can't interact with them, but I'll take more mycelium. I don't need anything currently other than to complete like a research tree, which probably will not give me essential stuff, but it's completion progress, I guess. Alright, so you have nothing else. And we are... Alright, so there should be like 5 Mercer spheres somewhere. Yeah. So far we've not found the last hard drive yet here. Though that would make sense, seeing as I'm searching a fairly large area for like one item. It's convenient being able to just walk through these things though. Ah, my little free power thing. Do we still have a Mercer sphere in this area? We do, actually. Well, if we go here, we can use our thingy. Let's actually see. How well is power doing currently? It's doing fine-ish compared to these two. It's still clear. It's fine currently. It could definitely be better though. Alright, let's put you on hard drive and let's just... Like, this is one big advantage with this thing. You can go high, especially if you're directly above the walls. Airing up, mushrooms, power slug. Yeah, in this direction. That's the direction that we haven't explored yet. Speaking of though, I'm here in one. Ooh, Mercer's actually. I'm grabbing this. We can expand it, right? Yeah, we can. Actually, don't have any wire underneath, so I can't actually. Well, can we make some? Can we make some wire? We cannot. Okay. Was it in? I thought we didn't need. We did actually need some. Let's see if I do this. That actually works pretty well. Let's see, where are you located at? Alright, it's just on the edge. Perfect. Junk. Part of this would be still considered area, I suppose. Ooh, summer sloop located. We're going after that bastard. Summer sloops are worth it in every regard. You still need to be careful with power usage, so it's really be careful with that. And this is frankly a very hostile environment. Hello there. I see the sloop. You're not stopping me. No way, sir. There we go. Like I said, not able to stop it. Able to damage me a lot though. 2 more summer slopes. Yep, that's pretty satisfying. Hard drive. No hard drive still. I really want to know where this last hard drive is. Right. I'm listening. I'm listening. So through here. Yeah, through here. Yoink, yoink, yoink. There's a power pole here. I'm not sure why, but I'll take it. So it's in this direction. Does that mean we don't have the stuff for it yet? Wait, at this point, if I didn't have the stuff for it before, we should have the stuff for it now. Yeah, for sure. Because we can make like most stuff now. Am I looking for you? Did I mistake this crash site for another one earlier, or... Yeah, let's see. Because I can definitely currently handle it. Yeah. There's radiation. That's why I can do it. That makes sense. Currently I can deal with that, so... Yeah, you hitting each other, perfect. Going. Also, maybe I should just set up a thing to get fuel for this generator to do it. Let's get control from the spawn apparently. And is this it? Fuse mod. Right, that's expensive stuff. Gee, it's like a ton of uranium. Quick wire sheets, I mean, sure. Well, I need electronic control rods, 15 of them. I will be back once I have those. Let's put a quick crafting bench down first though and see if we happen to have the stuff in the inventory for it. I probably didn't find it. Yeah, I need 15 of them. Can I make 15 of them? I can make 6 of them. I don't have enough AI limit. If that's the only thing, then I'll be back here very shortly. Yeah, let's go ahead and just rush back and forth. So, yeah, that's quite good news actually. Right, I'd set up you to prevent any stuff like that. However, you know what? I'm gonna dismantle the entire thing. Wires, I'll just get rid of them. Yeah, because the entire idea was like, you could go up here and search and do X, Y, Z. It turns out it's just not required. Jeez, look at the time. Time flies. Need to wrap it up. Well, we got one of the project part chucking away at the very least. Definitely gonna be needing nuclear soon. A whole pack of batteries. Making like these things once again. Probably. Alright, AI numbers. I'm producing these up here, right? These are random. Yeah. So let's see. I need 15 of these, and these aren't radioactive, right? Yeah, they aren't. But yeah, it seems like setting up nuclear is gonna be an entire thing on itself. Also, I should use these summer sloops in the project part thingy here right away. Yeah, I think that would be good. Um, 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 yoink 1.5 minutes. So here we go. Much more for just like a time. We're good, but let me put like I'll make these ones. For now though, let's quickly go ahead and get that hard drive. Because, yeah, I feel like you want to get as many recipes as possible to determine which one you're gonna use. Also, as soon as there aren't any more Mercer spheres in that sphere of influence, or not really sphere of influence, but I did not get one. I did not get one, right? Yeah, I did. Be hostile to me all you want. Why did I put these in mind? I should always have this. Like, no matter what. Yep. Go ahead and consume those. Hard drive again. That's worth it. Didn't even print enough stuff to make those on the mount. Oh well, but that should mean that this thing no longer has any indication for hard drives. Yep. So we got all of the hard drives, and I have seen it for some stuff. Let's see if we can still do that. Must be close. Buildings up here. So, right? Yeah, we still have to. Must be there. And that wasn't all I was looking for. Still good time. Alright, I'll go ahead and analyze this. Alright, just watching as well, and I'll see get out of it. And then the meanwhile, maybe I'll look for other versus interesting hypotheses. Shouldn't actually. What do I have second save? Anyway, let's see who's online today. And available for ready. Oh, I see one that had potential. First of all, though. Let's go on ahead. And get the stuff we need. So, we should have a look into setting other source of fuel. Only if I can automate an orbit height here. Yes. Also, I'm not that one part drives, but frankly, I don't feel like giving them. So the only interested thing here is a summer loop somewhere in this place. We should definitely be trying to get those. I think I have a crash site over here from one go, so I might just run here. Yeah, I might just want to cross crash site. All in the distance. Also, I know the map is not really that big. Well, at least the Earth comes in somewhere. Right. Yeah, but let's which types of fuel do you accept? You also expect packaged fuel. Packaged fuel. Which is made by using fuel in an empty canister. Empty canister are either from unpacking clearly or just from plastic. Okay, then that's actually pretty easy to set up. I feel like I should really set it up in that case. That's a thing for, let's say in between. I might just, I could expand the floor plan and all that. I'll think about what to do. In any case, I really thank you so much for watching, and please stay in the raid for me. Alright, bye bye, right then. Also, yeah, I suppose. Dun 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 dun.